Okay, you've seen the title. Need I say more? Let's just start. So, of course, this part of the event is in pre-hard mode, which means you can only use pre-hard mode weapons. The set I am using is Shadow Strike Staff, which is going to be the main weapon. Very, very important because Shadow Strike Staff is goated. Like, it is the best pre-hard mode weapon, and it comes from Hydra. I'm also going to bring Staff of Life in case I need to do any extra healing. Ancient Totem for extra damage at the spawn and with the fire ability, and Wind Dancer for the final boss. Now, Wind Dancer isn't required, however, it'll make the boss a lot easier. Of course, you can still do it with Shadow Strike Staff, because it's good at pretty much everything pre-hard mode. For my equipment, Ring of Light, so you can dash, dodge moves. Ocean's Purity, because it gives you an extra shield and restores your health. And of course, All Hallows Invitation, because it's not a furniture item yet, or it just isn't. It is an equipment item for whatever reason. My accessories are such: Dodging for Newbies, which is an expired code. You don't need it, but it gives you an extra dodge chance. I think it's 1 in 10. It's not super good, but it helps. Typhoon, it negates damage, like it absorbs 25% of damage and reflects it back to the enemy, so it just helps with staying alive. You can get it from Rain Merchant. Watchful Storm, which is just as important as Shadow Strike Staff, and you'll find out when I'm actually doing the run. Haste Boots, because these are actually pre-hard mode. You can craft these before you go to hard mode, and they just give you an extra speed boost. See, usually in pre-hard mode you're pretty slow, but when you use Haste Boots you have a decent speed, so I just like to use them. And of course, Lucky Coin. But you can really choose whatever you want with Lucky Coin. I don't know if it gives you extra candy corn or not. That's the event currency. Probably not. But Lucky Coin, I just bring it. Now, I should mention that since Ancient Totem was an event item and you probably don't have it, if you do, use it. If you don't, I recommend using something like Windhorn instead, because it allows you to deal damage to everything in a range, and it's a good replacement for Totem. Anyway, if you do have Totem, come up here to the very front of the castle, put down your Totem, and set it to the fire option. So what this will do is deal extra damage to all the enemies that spawn, so go ahead and skip and start the battle. So for this first wave, nothing really special happened. There's just the basic zombies, so you can just pretty much, there's an invisible wall at the very beginning of the bridge, so you can kind of just click and hold and wave your cursor around to deal damage in an area with the Shadow Strike Staff. You're going to do this a lot during the entire event, unless there's a boss out. And occasionally, if an enemy gets past, you can hit 1 or 2 beams up here, and then go back over to the invisible wall. You know what? I need some theme music. Editor, play Curso's Temple. I don't have an editor. It's just me. Wave 2, same thing. Zombie, spooky skeletons. Oh no. No different. Just do the same thing. If you couldn't tell already, I'm gonna be using Shadow Strike Staff for pretty much the whole thing. Just go fight Hydra, get it. It's not hard to get. Now, Wave 3 introduces the Zombie Knight, and it's kind of fast, and they will get close to you, but if you've built some speed with the Haste Boots, you can pretty much outrun them, and they don't do much damage anyway. Just spawn a few Shadow Strike Staff beams on them, and they'll be gone. And of course, the Totem helps a lot with it. And of course, if you don't have Totem, just apply Windhorn, like just use it every once in a while to deal damage to everything. Oh yeah, I didn't mention this, but I am also using Adamantine armor because it's the best pre-hard mode armor. Also, Watchful Storm every once in a while. If one of the zombie knights gets close, it will shoot it and knock it back, just like there. Okay, this wave is the Zombie King, and this is when Watchful Storm starts to become useful. Also, if you don't know how to get Watchful Storm, you can craft it, so just look it up in the crafting menu and you'll find it. So, if you don't have Totem to do ridiculous amounts of damage, the Watchful Storm will knock back the Zombie King, and like that, and he'll never get to you. But of course, this just displays how useful the totem is. This wave introduces witches. Honestly, they just die in the crowd. I've never really had an experience with witches. They don't add anything, so it's just the last wave again, or wave 4, I guess. Okay, this wave introduces the Exploding Jacks. There isn't much to say about them. They will get very close to you and do a lot of damage, but they can get one shot by the Shadow Strike staff, so just hit them as soon as possible. I don't think they do too much damage, but they do quite a bit. I'm gonna back up here for the next wave, because wave 8 is when a few problems start, if any. Okay, wave 8 is when things start to get interesting, because the living armor comes out. Now, the living armor can be very annoying when there's a lot of them, because for one, it has a substantially more amount of health compared to all of the other enemies, and if you get too close to them, they can reel you in. And if you have a bunch of them in a group, you pretty much can't escape them, and all you can do is put up your shield and spam your Shadow Strike staff on them, because if there's a group of them, every time you try to escape, a different one will pull you back in there. So just keep your distance from living armors, and you should be okay. Of course, Totem, again, helps a lot and makes everything look easy, but if you don't have Totem, just use Windhorn every once in a while, because it'll hit everything at once, since it's such a wide range if you hit it down the bridge. Also, I should mention that if one of the living armors gets too close, your Watchful Storm will knock it away. Watchful Storm is goated, just like Shadow Strike staff. Okay, so the Duke of Bones might seem a little overwhelming, but there's a very good strategy, and that's just running. His bullets, like everything else, will just lag behind you. So all you have to do is keep moving, and he can't hit you. So to aim at him with a Shadow Strike staff, just spawn it on top of yourself, and the Shadow Strike beams will hit him. Now, he's already taken a lot of damage from the Fire Totem, but just do this and he'll get taken down. Wave 11 is just another living armor wave. Kind of difficult, but not really. Just keep your distance, be smart about it, and stay focused. Wave 13, just more goofy armors, more plague rats. Oh man, I don't know. Yeah, no. By the way, if you choose yes, it only takes one life. It doesn't really matter, whatever you choose. Okay, so this wave looks overwhelming, but you just have to take it one step at a time. The first thing that you should do is take out Duke of Bones. Target him. He's the most annoying, so just take him out first. Ignore all the other enemies. They'll die in the mix, hopefully. You might lose a life or two if you don't have Totem, but, you know, it's fine. You have 5, so if you lose a few, doesn't matter. Zombie King will just follow behind you with Duke of Bones. Just take them both down. And, of course, if they overwhelm you, just apply your shield, like so. And if you have Ocean's Fury, use it to get a second shield. There goes the Zombie King. And there goes Duke of Bones. So now it's just fighting more living armors until the final boss comes out. Yes, this is the last wave. And the next wave will start at some point after you kill Duke of Bones. So there might still be like 1 or 2 living armors left when the final boss comes out, but just kill him. It doesn't matter. Uh-oh. Here he comes. Okay, so this is when Wind Dancer becomes very useful. You can parry all of his attacks with Wind Dancer and get a lot of damage done with him, because for some reason Shadow Strike Staff isn't very good for doing damage with him, and I don't know why. Just apply your shield and hit him. And look at that. Look at all that damage. Where'd he go? Here he is. You might die once or twice being up so close, but it's fine. And if you didn't know, Wind Dancer is Eye of the Storm's legendary. 1 in 75, I believe. It's not that bad. So on the second phase, you get this black, dark aura, but it's fine. It doesn't really matter. Let me use Ocean's Purity. Any second now. If you didn't know, Wind Dancer allows you to parry, so you don't take much damage. Where is he? Where is that goober? Come here. He's getting knocked away by Watchful Storm. Oh no. Come on. 85 HP. Come on. Get over here. Where is he? Oh, and there he goes. The Watchful Storm must have got him. So, yeah, that's the pre-hard mode event. And if you're wondering, I'm pretty sure this black eye, if you use summons, he will spawn and he will target your summons. If you see him running around, don't worry about him. He's not going to hurt you. He just hurts summons because, you know, the developers, House Builder, they just bully summon mains. They don't like summoners. I don't even know why it's in the game at this point. Well, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. If you want to build on the strategy, feel free to. And yes, there will be a hard mode strategy, just like I did for Azure Rest. That Azure Rest video blew up, so I'm pretty sure people need these tutorials. So that's why I make them. I'm here to help. So that's pretty much it. Bye.